Someone say Emancipator? Say no more. Join me in this Terminid Blitz mission, where I decimate everything in 12 minutes, with some exosuit assistance to be fair. Nothing closes nests faster than a double autocannon wielding exosuit. My name is Fassel. Let's get him Gundam style. This run is best summarized by an American race car driver who once said, "If you're in control, you're not going fast enough." There is no 2.7 seconds of enjoying the scenery in this run. With no minimap available, 4 side objectives, and who knows how many nests, my name is Speed. The loadout is nothing special, except for the Emancipator Exosuit. I'll be the first to admit, I didn't use exosuits much at first, but after playing with them during a livestream, I am definitely falling for them. Admittedly, they're much better in group play, since having to preserve ammo in them is a serious setback. Which brings me to an instant tip number 1. Ask teammates for exosuits, in exchange for support weapons. Since exosuits have a long cooldown and only 2 uses per missions, getting someone to bring you an exosuit stratagem is a big deal. It gives you an extra 2 suits to work with. In exchange, you can bring their backpack or support weapon, since you can't use your other stratagem slots while in an exosuit anyway. This also means you can get up to 8 exosuits in one mission, so 1 every 5 minutes. You're gonna love me for this tip. Enjoy. See, Blitz missions are hard for me to Fullclear, since the pace has to be extremely high. The exosuit worked its magic here though. It decimates nests and barely cares about hunters. So I'm just casually strolling through here to kill their homes basically. Tip number 2 here by the way. Spore Spewers and Shrieker nests take 18 shots from an Emancipator. So although not very efficient in terms of ammo, the biggest upside is that you can just keep trucking as you're shooting. That's like being able to sprint while unloading your support weapon, which is obviously crazy good utility. By the way, another huge upside to bringing stratagems for your team in exchange for a suit is that even if you mess up and you get your mech destroyed early, you at the very least end up having support weapons you can use. So sharing really is caring team. I guess I could probably add a second group strategy. Tip number 3. Bring 8 exosuits for 2 players, so 4 each. This is much more meaningful than you might think. Your exosuit players will most likely be in one the whole mission, giving them room to bring a backpack and a support weapon for a buddy, and even having one stratagem to spare. Your 2 non-mech players then technically get a free stratagem slot, since you're bringing a backpack for them and the support weapon in exchange for your exosuit. So they get all their gear and 3 instead of 2 free stratagems. Everyone wins. See, this is where I realized I should have been shooting the hunters. I guess to be fair, it's probably the shriekers that damage the mech the most though. Lesson learned. To solo Fullclear a 12-minute Blitz mission, you simply can't stop running. The 30 to 60 seconds you waste fighting a breach are too valuable. So although hunters chasing me is scary, I just can't afford to stop moving. Gotta find the balance between running and not getting eaten though, of course. I checked the minimap here and plan my route. I throw the resupply to the right, since I'm running clockwise after this Spore Spewer. In theory that will make it, so by the time I finish this objective, I can go on my planned route, and I'll run into the resupply. It's a good reminder, I suppose, to plan ahead. Really happy it's daytime, by the way. Running into a Spore Spewer blind like this, with no minimap, is pretty suicidal during nighttime missions. So tip number 4, I guess. Adapt your engagement plan according to the time of day. Daytime lets you be really aggressive, because you can see everything. Nighttime forces a more strategic approach though. This is probably one of those tips that you rarely think about. Once you do though, I'm confident you'll realize how much impact vision actually has on your gameplay. Oh, tip number 5 here. Orbital Gas is heavily underrated, against Terminids at least. It's probably the most underrated stratagem against the bugs. With only a 70-second cooldown, it's basically always ready to go. And once you get in the habit of throwing it into a breach, you'll realize how potent it actually is. Try it out. Let me know how you feel about it, I'd say. Tip number 6. Practice your minimap identification skills. I'm still getting used to it, so I'm working on videos describing what objectives look like on the minimap. Technically speaking, if you get good at IDing objectives on the minimap, then you've basically turned yourself into an IRL map hack. So although not the easiest skill to practice, it's probably one of the most valuable ones. You know you've gotten good enough at it once you can ID things under pressure. I can't yet, so I'm just running clockwise here, around the map, hoping for the best really. Much to learn yet, Fassel. Much to learn. Just running around the map, hoping I find nests and objectives on the way. So, psychology fun fact number 1. Clickbait works by triggering emotion in you. It's simply much more appealing to click on something that excites you, or pisses you off for that matter, than it is to click on something completely neutral, yet informative. I hate that this is true, but the fact of the matter is, we're emotion-driven creatures. I try to make sure I border on clickbait, doing my best to deliver on what it is you think you're going to see and hear by clicking on my video. I'd rather not clickbait, but then you'd never find my video because your mind prefers emotional triggers. If you have a genius solution to this, by the way, I'm all ears, of course. I will stick my neck out for content creators out there and say, please forgive the manipulative thumbnails. The alternative is unfortunately not very viable. Okay, fair's fair. The fact I got 3 Spore Spewers made this a lot easier than it should have been. Honestly though, the Emancipator has made solo full-clearing Terminid Blitz missions much easier. It's just the fact that you can shoot while sprinting. So although I used my first exosuit really suboptimally, the time advantage I got from it is still a huge deal. I dropped my resupply early here for a reason. Tip number 7. Ring around the heavy nest rosy. Clearing 10 nests usually takes a while, and the safest way to do so is by not running in there, but sniping them from high ground. This forces the bugs to come all the way out to you. By dropping the resupply on the outer perimeter, I know I'm gonna run past it again, right as I start my second lap around the rosy. Dragging the bugs out has a second large benefit. They all end up stacking on top of each other, making them easy targets for stratagems. The orbital gas I dropped on the ramp upwards is absolutely decimating them, as you can see. Tip number 8. Climb as much as possible. By climbing, you force them to take the long way around. They're about to jump me here, but because I climb my way out of here, they can't actually follow me, giving me more time to clear nests. By running back down here, it has the same effect. They have to go all the way around again, just to get to me. After which, I can just climb back out. See? They're just stupid bugs. Alright, my resupply should be around here. I'm all out of grenade pistol ammo, so gotta grab them. Definitely repeating this tip. Number 9. Stratagem first, stun grenade after. Right after you throw a stratagem, throw a stun grenade in right behind it. It buys you exactly enough time for most stratagems to detonate. If you throw the stun grenade first, you often just miss them, since they start moving right before the stratagem goes off. Or, you're forced to throw a second stun grenade in. So yeah, stratagem first, stun grenade second. If you enjoy this type of video, then definitely like and subscribe. Thank you for your support, and welcome aboard. Although the mission is done, the hard part about this full clear is that I don't know how many nests there are, nor where they are since I have no minimap to rely on. So I just have to hope I can see everything by looking around the field. I do know there are only 4 side objectives though, cause it's a Blitz mission. So that is some intel at least. That intel luckily does give away though that the only things left are nests. This is a decent combat scene coming up. Enjoy.
My life for Super Earth! That's called democracy! Found something!
I think if I dove towards that rock, I might have lived. Hard to tell though.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Democracy has landed.
Extraction is available.
This airstrike takes out 3 nests. Remember to use its perpendicular strike pattern to your advantage. Alright, 100 seconds left, and it's nighttime. Meep meep, I say. Meep meep. That's a Looney Tunes reference, by the way. I apologize if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Remember to practice your stratagem inputs. Watch how fast I call in 3 stratagems here, since I'm in a rush.
Keep liberty. Firing gas strike. Firing orbital strike.
We'll pretend like I didn't miss that precision strike. This right here is serendipity. Only have an exosuit left before the destroyer takes off. So this nest is begging for it.
Spotted. Prepare to exterminate.
Probably good to mention here, watch how I go prone right before the airstrike hits. That reduces the amount of damage I take immensely. I believe something silly, like 90%. Had I dove there, I would have ragdolled on a pebble. So definitely use the prone button a lot more.
Freedom never sleeps.
7 nests, 1 exosuit? I like my odds. Here we go. Tip number 10 here. Never run towards your blue stratagems as they're coming in. Wait for them to land, then move over. If you go to them too soon, there's a good chance they'll either get destroyed, or you get forced away from them. So be patient before running over.
Super destroyer leaving low orbit. Emergency extraction shuttle deployed.
Alright, it's just you and me, Bumblebee. Let's do this. Did I mention the exosuit decimates nests? Yeah. Also, the suit can climb. Definitely abuse that. Without the exosuit, there's no way I make this extraction. It's just too far. With the suit though, I don't have to worry about stamina regen. Punch it, Bumblebee. I'm not even gonna mention what movie that reference is. So, to quickly change topic. Fun fact number 2. Nihilism could be right. It's the concept of believing that life is meaningless. Now, as an intensive care unit nurse, that's a rough statement. Hear me out though. Some of the most powerful, influential people of their time have been mostly forgotten. Julius Caesar, Napoleon Bonaparte, Alexander the Great. Names we only remember from history books, really. At best, there are remnants of who they were. So what makes you think what the rest of us do is so important? The good news is, I think that opens up a world of opportunity for the rest of us. And no, it's not YOLO, me, because nothing counts. But more, let's work together on building something so it counts for us. Or more specifically, stop worrying that you're not doing anything relevant, since relevant probably doesn't exist. Start worrying about whether it's relevant to you. And if it is, congratulations. You've discovered meaning in your life. Chase it, and for all intents and purposes, you will be as happy as you can be. If I may give you some advice, consider living a bit more for others. You'll be surprised how proud you'll become of you, once you become willing to sacrifice for others. Life is short, my friend. Make it count. My name is Vassal. Be well, and take care.